Rick and his team have discovered a mysterious discovery at Smith's Cove, a site known for its high promise. They were digging deep in the garden shaft, hoping to find gold or hidden artifacts. However, they found an old wooden passageway from the 17th century connected to a section called the Baby Blob. The passage was much darker than expected, and the team began to wonder if someone had deliberately broken apart this structure centuries ago to keep something hidden or protect themselves from whatever lay beyond. They found additional antique wooden beams, part of a well-planned edifice from a lost period. As they dug, these beams proved they were on the correct track. Gary, the team's competent digger, uncovered an unusually shaped metal item while combing the area with his metal detector. This item was older than everything else they found and looked like a past no one understood. The marsh revealed aspects of Oak Island's history, but each discovery led to something larger. Marks were set along the channel to chart it, and every excavation had to be strategic, safe, and calculated to safeguard workers and guarantee nothing was missed. As the crew worked in the marsh, they discovered more ship parts similar to those they had recovered earlier, including a brace from a 9-inch shipwood and a fragment of an 8th century ship railing. In 2020, the marsh may have a deeper history with medieval explorers like the Vikings. In conclusion, the team's discovery at Smith's Cove bodes well for treasure seekers seeking the island's past. Gary and Billy led a Bahamas swamp treasure search and discovered a holed piece of wood, a broken keel, and a massive wooden structure buried in the marsh. These indications persuaded them. There was more than just a treasure in the marsh. Dr. Ian Spooner, a geoscientist, was hired to date the wood and ascertain whether it was connected to the 500-year-old stone road. If it was, the site might have been a trading hub centuries ago. They were eager and driven to discover anything because the swamp continued to astound them. As they dug deeper, they discovered wood and other items that suggested more than wealth. On Oak Island, they discovered royal remnants demonstrating that it had a past before humans were aware of it. While Marty and Rick worked on the southern marsh, Cuba and Fiona discovered a 600-year-old lead coin and a gold-covered button belonging to a British commander from the 18th century. The craftsmanship resembled old log homes, with each part serving a specific purpose. Although the connections between the secret road and the swamp garden shaft appeared to be connected, they were unclear. As they dug, the team discovered more anomalies and structures that went against the area's history, and as they investigated, they discovered the marsh was more than just a historical location, but a deeper mystery. They knew they were battling time, nature, and possibly an unidentified power on a treasure hunt. Rick Lagena, who was born in Kingsford, Michigan in 1952, had a passion for history and hidden gems. When he was 11 years old, he read an article on Oak Island in Reader's Digest that immediately piqued his interest in adventure and the stories of lost riches and abandoned places. At Kingsford High School, Rick spent his childhood wandering rather than watching TV. Instead, he was praised for his curiosity rather than his academic prowess. After graduation in 1970, Rick worked as a postal worker, sorting and delivering mail, but his curiosity with history never went away. Rick and Marty decided to act on the island in 2006 after talking about it. They acquired half of Oak Island Tours, Inc., which owned most of the island. The distant dream became reality after decades of preparation. Rick tackled the search with purpose. He wanted to do things well because he was meticulous. Slowly, the crew discovered more about Oak Island's dark past. Marty's business and IT skills made the brothers a terrific partnership. They made headway on Oak Island's enigma thanks to Rick's patience, love of history, and enthusiasm. Rick Lagena and his crew began a new phase of drilling at the garden shaft. They found a 17th century wooden corridor to the Baby Blob. This finding alarmed everyone, suggesting a worse history than expected. They searched for 18th century hints to a famous treasure. On top of their physical hunt, they looked for evidence of the treasure that had captivated so many for so long. The crew, led by Dumas contracting limited expertise, searched the passages and concealed areas for riches. One of the island's well-known flood tunnels may have been struck when water unexpectedly entered the shaft through holes excavated around 97 feet. For 2 centuries, treasure seekers battled this problem by pumping out the water and investigating farther down the garden shaft. With perseverance, Rick and his associates found enormous, oddly shaped wooden beams that proved the passage's existence and historical significance. Gary, an experienced digster, brought his metal detector to the site to find items that might reveal the area's history. After his efforts, his detector beeped on a metal piece, indicating it was ancient,
bearing the likeness of King Charles II on one side and the dates 1673 and 1694 on the other. These two coins' discovery on Oak Island in the 1700s suggests that either English military soldiers or pirates frequented the area. For more recent stuff, don't forget to subscribe and enable post notifications. In an effort to unravel hints about Oak Island's past and refute myths, they visit various parts of the island and speak with locals. The team also discovers gold close to the money pit, indicating that there might be further treasures there that have yet to be discovered. Even though they've encountered some difficulties, the crew continues to move and conduct their inquiry. Season 9 disproved Fred Nolan's claims of an ancient Portuguese presence while supporting Zena Halpern's Templar map. This discovery has restored their trust in their mission. Additionally, the group learns the top 10 Portuguese connections. The Lagena brothers are looking into the disappearance of the riches from Oak Island. The Portuguese Order of Christ, the Knights Baronet, and Prince Henry Sinclair are all seen to be potential contenders for hiding the treasure from Oak Island. The team encountered numerous rumors and plots along the road, which frequently cast a shadow over the wealth itself. Nevertheless, it appears that this season might be the one in which they ultimately succeed. Even though the current season is coming to a close, The Curse of Oak Island. Drilling Down is scheduled to air the next week. In Traverse City, Michigan, Maddie intends to meet with Rick, Marty, Craig, Alex, and Jack, according to the summary. They will review the amazing results of Season 10 and get a sneak preview of what is ahead in 2011. The origins of this mysterious energy are still a topic of discussion among NASA experts. Click the next video to find out more about this enigmatic power. Nation will shed light on the mysteries surrounding the illustrious Templars and the riches they concealed. If there is a treasure to be discovered on the island, it could be worth a substantial amount of money. However, locating it would also provide us with a great deal of information about the Templars' genuine influence. The possibility of unearthing something of such crucial importance has piqued the interest of numerous treasure hunters and historians located in various parts of the globe. However, even the most knowledgeable individuals are still baffled by the mystery of Oak Island. What other peculiar clues and hidden treasures could be lurking somewhere in this area? Each new discovery we make on the island provides us with additional hints that have the potential to alter how we interpret the past. Could it be possible to unearth the long-buried secrets of the Templars and learn what they interred on Oak Island? As more information about Oak Island's history becomes available, the mystery surrounding the island continues to grow, leaving us inquisitive about the unsolved mysteries that may be concealed beneath its surface. The recent discovery of a medieval crossbow bolt on Oak Island has spurred speculation that the Knights Templar may be involved. This enigmatic society was active during the time of the Crusades. It was renowned for its mysterious customs and the rumors about its riches that circulated. The discovery of the crossbow bolt adds another layer of enigma to Oak Island's lengthy and illustrious past, which was already fraught with enigma to begin with. In the past, it is conceivable that the Knights Templar traveled to, or even resided on the island. The discovery that the bolt dates to the 13th century enhances the historical significance of the object and situates it within the larger context of the island's history. This discovery adds to the growing body of evidence, suggesting that Oak Island was the site of a significant event in the island's past. The discovery of Nolan's cross on Oak Island has also sparked widespread speculation regarding the possible role of the Knights Templar in the annals of the island. However, additional research is necessary to fully comprehend the effects of these discoveries. This occurrence serves as a cautionary reminder to approach stories of unexpected discoveries with a skeptical mindset. There are many variables that can affect the veracity and dependability of such stories, but it is possible to stumble upon something genuinely exceptional. It may be challenging to determine the veracity of these reports because they could be the result of anything from pranks and misunderstandings to blatant fabrications. As more of the money pit was excavated, a complex network of tunnels and passages, as well as numerous artifacts and intriguing objects, were uncovered. Since then, a large number of daring explorers have traveled to the location in the hopes of unearthing the legendary treasures that are said to be buried there, thereby putting an end to the mystery encircling the location. Despite the numerous expeditions and excavations that have been conducted, The money pit remains a tantalizing enigma that entices the daring and the curious to uncover its secrets. This ancient tale recounts a story of daring deeds, treacherous plots, and the pursuit of wealth beyond one's wildest ambitions. Recently, the Lagena brothers and their crew discovered an incredible discovery while metal detecting on Money Pit Island. The discovery of a keyhole in the shape of an intricate floral design raises the prospect that it belonged to one of Captain James Anderson's 3 missing treasure chests. The discovery of this keyhole has added a new element of mystery to the Oak Island legend, and it has piqued our interest in the location of the island's fabled buried treasure. With each new discovery, the mystery surrounding Oak Island deepens, heightening our sense of wonder and awe in relation to this intriguing historical site.
The layers that surround Vanessa Lucido's departure from ROC Equipment and her participation in the ongoing story of the Curse of Oak Island reveal a world of reality television, commerce, and familial legacy that is diverse and nuanced. In the beginning, Lucido was praised for her leadership abilities. She played a significant role in progressing the treasure hunt through the use of reliable drilling equipment, successfully navigating dangers, and leading her team in an industry that was dominated by men. On the other hand, her fame caused a rift among her followers. While some complimented her technical abilities, others questioned whether or not her rise was due to familial ties. During the time that she was in charge of supervising deep drilling operations, Lucido frequently found herself at the center of community conversations that transitioned from her knowledge in machines to her presence on television. Some people made disparaging remarks about her ability, while others expressed real appreciation for her. This contradictory rhetoric created a polarized environment that made her professional journey more difficult. The aftermath of her father, Lulu Lucido's passing, resulted in the transfer of leadership of ROC to her. This presented her with the difficulty of demonstrating that she is more than simply a family name in the face of industry mistrust on her qualifications. Lucido's performance at ROC Equipment demonstrated her ability to successfully manage large-scale projects and navigate the problems that are faced by corporations, despite the fact that she was subjected to criticism. In order to ensure that ROC became a significant player in the excavation landscape, she initiated the implementation of cutting-edge machinery that changed drilling operations. Her ability to combine business savvy with engineering expertise was highlighted by the fact that the machines were well known for their effectiveness and dependability. This was a crucial factor that contributed to the increased awareness of the ROC brand on a global scale. In 2024, however, Lucido was replaced by Ed Robinson, the new CEO of the corporation, and his absence from the company's leadership page was abrupt and left without explanation. Fans and industry observers were left wondering about her disappearance, which led to widespread conjecture regarding the internal dynamics at ROC and the reasons behind her departure. While there were ideas that suggested a voluntary departure, there were also speculations that suggested a more subtle boardroom maneuvering approach that was aimed to realign ROC under different leadership. As outsiders attempted to understand her influential presence and quick disappearance, this stealthy transfer gave rise to a variety of explanations, ranging from buyouts to internal politics that influenced the fate of ROC. Engaging conversations about Lucido frequently spanned personal characteristics, ranging from her proficiency as an operator to her persona on screen. As a consequence, conflicting opinions about her function and value in the context of industry development and media representation emerged as a result of these conversations. Throughout all of this, the attention that Lucido received brought to light an unsettling reality. Her worth was frequently evaluated based on her beauty and branding rather than on the significant contributions that she made to drilling operations and heavy machinery. As a result of such commentary, the conversation concerning women's responsibilities in industry and leadership became more complicated, and the technical competencies that she brought to the table during her tenure were somewhat obscured. Nevertheless, the essence of her efforts remained crucial. She altered drilling procedures with her unique approach, maximizing ROC Equipment's potential to dig further into the historic enigma that Oak Island represents. Under her direction, ROC not only improved the technical specifications of their apparatus, but also elevated the company's reputation to correspond with continuing advancements on Oak Island. This allowed the company to mix the esoteric attraction of treasure hunting with the hardcore realities of business and engineering. It is not the case that Lucido's absence following the CEO transfer indicates that she has lost her influence inside ROC. Instead, it marked the beginning of her transition into a role in which she redefined her effect, despite being removed from the spotlight. Her impact was felt through the strategic decisions that drove ROC's procedures and operations, despite the fact that she was displayed less prominently on television. In spite of the fact that Lucido switched her focus by assuming the post of head of industry relations, she maintained a substantial amount of influence over the direction and visibility of ROC in a sector that is infamous for its shadowy dealings behind the scenes. This new position gave her the opportunity to continue altering perceptions inside the business, while also allowing her to enjoy a more substantial work-life balance. A deliberate move to maintain influence while focusing attention towards strategic connections and brand positioning for ROC itself. The decision to take a step back did not indicate disengagement, but rather represented a calculated move to remain influential. ROC did not experience a downturn as a result of her retreat from the direct limelight. Rather, the machinery continued to play an important role in key projects and developments in the area. The operational stability of ROC was maintained even while the machinery continued to buzz on site, which resulted in the reinforcement of the reputation that Lucido had painstakingly constructed. She maintained a legacy of performance and integrity with regard to the machinery and business processes that had been created by her predecessors, and she was responsible for fostering a culture of creativity and accountability that continued to exist even after she had left the company. Discussions of ROC after Lucido grew interwoven with impressions of Robinson's leadership style, which was described as stable and dependable, but lacked the spark that was associated with her direct involvement. As a result, some individuals